In Hypixel Skyblock, there are 14 bows. 7 of them are useful, and 1 of them makes you a horrible person. In this video, I will go through every single bow in the game and see which ones are worth your money and which ones are better off left behind. Please subscribe because I literally spent 60 million coins getting my grubby mitts, my dirty... I'm not even gonna say that on the bows. The first bow is the bow. And with the bow, you can shoot things because melee combat is hard. It doesn't even deal much damage. It's just gross. Ew, right? The second bow I bought is the wither bow. It deals exactly the same damage as the bow, but deals double damage to wither skeletons and withers, which do not actually exist in Skyblock. I guess it might be useful if the very weak wither skeletons are so difficult you can't like one-hit them. I mean, I don't fucking know. Next up, the decent bow. This one isn't completely useless. It deals 45 damage per hit, which is nothing amazing, but its main feature is helping you in dragon fights. During a dragon fight, an NPC named Drudgery the Opportunist. What kind of name is Drudgery? Will sell a bow for 500 coins. Sure, it's nothing amazing, but if you don't have a bow and a dragon happens to spawn, it's an easy way to grab 3 dragon fragments and make a little bit of money for new players. He also sells arrows too. The next bow down the list is the Savannah Bow. Why is this a real bow? It deals 50 base damage with all damage dealt by the bow doubled. I cannot name a single situation where this bow is useful, just don't get it. The Prismarine Bow is a very cheap bow crafted from 48 Prismarine shards and 3 strings, and has a 50 damage and 25 strength. It deals triple damage to squids and guardians for some reason, which means it will help newer players trying to fish. It's pretty useless, but it's cheap if you need something to kill those pesky squids. They are so difficult to kill. The Ender Bow is another cheap bow, costing 12 enchanted ender pearls and 3 strings. It has a base of 60 damage, which makes it completely useless, but the ability allows you to fling out an ender pearl and deal 10% damage to surrounding mobs. Maybe this will be useful in dungeons? Probably not. The Explosive Bow is a fantastic way to guarantee yourself a place in hell. It's nothing amazing, but its main ability is being able to kill zealots at range. It's a little expensive at 3 enchanted firework rockets and 3 strings, but it's definitely good if you wish for the downfall of humanity. The Magma Bow is... I don't know what it is. It's stupid actually, that's what it is. It costs 96 enchanted magma cream and 3 strings to craft. It has 100 damage and 100 strength and deals double damage consuming the magma cream from your quiver for some reason. Its stats were good. The Slime Bow is another wacky bow that I'm not entirely convinced that it exists. As of recording, there is not a single one on the auction house, and if you think I'm going to unlock 50,000 slime collection just for a small segment for a video, then you're absolutely wrong. It has 100 strength and plus 50% crit damage, which isn't that good, but upon firing, it consumes a slime ball, which multiplies your damage by 5. But only against slimes. Literally, what's the point? Minicloon, I'm disappointed. The Scorpion Bow is a pretty cool bow unlocked at Tarantula Slayer level 3. It's quite expensive at around 6 million coins, and has 110 damage and 10 strength. The stats leave something to be desired. The ability deals 35 times your strength stat as damage per second for 6 seconds, at the cost of 150 mana. I wouldn't recommend buying it, but you could probably find some use for it. The Endstone Bow is a cool bow you can get for under 3000 coins on the auction house, and it has a base 120 damage. This makes it better than a Silver Fang, which means it can be used to kill crypt ghouls safely for combat XP in the early game. Its ability is interesting as it consumes all your mana and transforms it into energy. Holy shit, did I nearly say transforms mana into energy? Oh my god, I'm so bad at doing script. And transform it into damage. Although this is never really a reasonable amount of damage, pretty useless bow all around. Runan's Bow is the OG bow that everyone wanted. It's existed from the very beginning and has always been the bow for endgame players. Despite being very cheap at under 1 million coins, It takes 3 stats of enchanted bones and 3 stats of enchanted strength to craft. It's useful in dragon fights as it fires 3 arrows, the main arrow and the other 2 which deal 40% damage each. It has 160 base damage and 50 strength, which is okay, but I never see myself doing any real damage with this bow. The final most expensive bow is the Mosquito Bow. It has 251 base damage, 101 base strength, and 9% crit damage for some reason. I have no idea why these stats exist, but they do, and I'm not going to try to change them. The bow lacks the 2 extra arrows that the Ruinant fires, but deals much more damage and has an ability. The ability also has ridiculous numbers and is as follows. On a fully charged shot while sneaking, this bow deals 90% more damage, heal you for twice the mana cost, and takes 11% of your max mana. I have no idea why this ability is like this, but it is a very cool ability that can heal you in a pinch and deal extra damage against dragons, maybe. It needs Tarantula level 7 to make, and requires a digested mosquito, 2 stats of enchanted iron, and 3 whole stats of tarantula silk. It is ridiculously expensive and usually no better than a Runan's bow, but I guess it's a flex as not many people have one of these in comparison to a Midas sword. And about the Hurricane Bow, I didn't forget it, but it got a big nerf and it's just not worth to review it anymore. It's not worth the money you'd pay for it. It's not worth anything right now. It's just bad. I hope this guide was helpful. Bows are pretty useless. Eat your vegetables.